The thing I'm most interested in is your overall movement. Combos will come with time. I want to see what your movement looks like. So can you walk me through, as far as, let's say you have no thought process, or you have a minimal thought process as far as like what you want to do, what would you say is the main thing that you're unable to do that you want to do?
Just combo right now.
Just combo? Okay.
And like getting out of like the hit stun in this game is crazy, so it's like I feel like my defense is way too autopilot. Like,
okay, well on the bright side, you have not been like air dodging at all that I've seen.
to be honest, bro, I don't even know how to do that.
Air dodge is just shield in the air.
Okay.
I don't recommend doing it unless you're like very high percent or low percent technically, if that makes sense. Just because if you do it, you only have iframes for a little bit, and if you happen to get hit after your air dodge, then you get put into crit state, which is like even more hit stun and more bad things happen. So in a situation like that, you're not dead, because I could have done one more, but if you don't know, you want to go for a burst right there, right?
Okay.
So another big thing too that's going to take a while to get used to is knowing where you get hit based on my moves. So if you know I have a certain move that sends you like quite far away from me, you might want to try and go for, like, let's say DI away from me or DI up. Whereas there's some moves that send like very close to the ground, so you can actually DI down in a way to try and get down to the ground and have a chance of teching. That's going to be death. In that situation there, that's just tough to know. If you don't know, I mean. Okay.
Yeah, like when I play, my spark rate is like, I think last time I played it was 22%.
22? Okay.
I honestly don't know how I did it.
So all you need to do to make your spark rate go up is literally hit someone, then use your spark. That's it, right? But if I hit you with that move that I sparked out, then it'll go up. The likelihood of having 100% is basically impossible. Having even like 99% would be insane. The highest I think I've ever seen, or even for myself that I've gotten, is like 94, which is a lot. Like you played. I'm not gonna say you played flawlessly, because you can still get 94 and lose, but I did get a lot of follow-ups in that game. So when you hit with your attacks, so we talked about jab, I think before, like up tilt, like you know where they kind of send a little bit, right? When you hit someone, when you're going for, let's say, do your forward tilt, just hit with forward tilt. Okay, so if it sends me away like that, you can go like forward tilt, right? And continuously do that. Knock somebody off stage. Also, you have your boomerang, I think, which is going to set up pressure. With your boomerang, though, I can reflect it, right? Everyone has a reflector with their down, with their parry.
I did not know that.
So you can do the same thing too, right? The thing about your character that's a little bit weird is, since he is, I guess, technically like more of a zoner, you don't really want to go in without anything behind you or like by you, as far as your boomerang, or like, let's say you have that, I don't know what it's called, like the bubble weird thing.
Yeah, the plant thing, yeah.
Oh, there's like the plant, but there's the one that like travels across the ground. It has like the solar beam shit and all that too.
Yeah, the seed, like,
yeah,
because when when I bite, yeah, I have to bite it down with down V.
Yeah, more often than not, the way you're going to be attacking is you're going to be setting that stuff up and then going in and trying to combo off of it or combo into it, right? So like hitting me into that, or like grabbing me and throwing me into it, or having it hit me first, then using the hit stun from that and then hitting me, right? So it makes your combo game not necessarily super complex, but it's more complex than mine, as far as just like, if I hit you, I'm going to follow you with myself. Like I can use this as part of my combo, but I'm probably not going to, because it doesn't have that much hit stun, right? The same thing with this takes like 50 years. If I'm going to do a combo with this, it'd be that hits you and then I combo off of that. All good. So one thing I can say for sure too is, when you feel like you don't know what you're really doing, you end up jumping a lot and then just kind of flying around trying to not get hit, right?
Yeah.
Another thing you should keep in mind is your shield doesn't break ever, right?
Okay.
Also, just the way the game is, as far as how fast it is, trying to go for a grab is not very optimal in this game. Like, just like run up and go for a grab. Like if I try and do something like that, that's the closest thing I'll ever get to a dash grab, realistically, right? But grabbing is very slow. Like if I happen to miss it, I'm basically wide open.
Okay.
Like I can spark out of it, but I'm not really gonna tomahawk grab you in this game, right? So if you happen to like walk up and shield, if you're shielding a ton,
you can walk with shield.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I can walk through you, right? So if you shield a ton, then yes, I might rush up and go for a grab, or I might, like, let's say, go and try and hit your shield, then like spark back, because I get my spark when I hit your shield, and then spark back in and go for a grab after or something. Or I might try and catch you for trying to grab me, right? So I'll hit your shield, spark out of the way, you try and grab me, then I'll try and hit you again. So one thing I want you to try and do for as far as defense is, if I hold my shield, if you hit my shield, let's say with forward tilt, and then I want you to try and spark away from me after. Right? That's one of the best things you can do defensively, because unless it gets parried, that is safe, right?
Do I get spark?
So you have to do if you do aerials and you hit my shield, you don't get spark.
Okay.
Right, like that. But if you have, here's the thing, if you have spark, and then you do an aerial, you can spark out of your aerial away from me. Like that. It makes a big difference if you have spark or not, even how I'm going to play defensively against you. So if I see, okay, he doesn't have spark, if he jumps in with an aerial, it's basically guaranteed unsafe, unless you have tons and tons of range. Like let's say it's like, I'll say Wei Shan or Reina, something like that. So if you hit my shield, it's like it's probably not going to be safe, in which case I can at least get a jab, right? So even when you're approaching, not guaranteed that you're always going to approach on the ground when you don't have spark, but you should just be aware of that. Also, even if you like the idea of like jumping in and baiting away from someone, something I'll do all the time, right? So jump in, then rush away from them.
I like her float mechanic because you could like fake go in and then come back in.
Oh yeah.
Fake go out and then go back in.
Yeah, that's one of the things too. If you have like the extra float mechanic, you want to try and use as much movement as you possibly can to make someone make a mistake. Just based on how the game is, once you have your combo game up, you don't really need to win neutral 15 times to get a kill.
Yeah.
Of course, when you fight better players and their defense is also better, then you might have to win more neutral because I'm able to get out of stuff, because I'm DIing properly, or I just know where your hits are going to go, so I can like get down to a platform or down to the ground in tech or something. But let's say in a perfect world, I would say you could probably get a kill, I'll say let's 7 to 10 neutral exchanges at an average level. And once you get better and better, like I've seen people get kills in 2 exchanges, or do like 100 damage in 1 exchange.
When I was playing, like the people that I was playing against, they average around like 5 to 7 like neutrals per KO. Mine was like between 20, 25.
The biggest thing that I would be focusing on for you as far as getting your spark rate up is just trying to do those follow-ups. I'll say when I was first learning this game, my combos were just the same move over and over again. And that's totally fine, just to get in the zone of knowing what it feels like to actually follow up properly, right? So I get like forward tilt, forward tilt, forward tilt, right? Or I get like up air, up air, up air, right? Or down tilt, down tilt, down tilt, or whatever it might be, just based on your character. So let's say if you get like up tilt, up air, or something like that, and that's what you get, or they get up tilt, up air, right? Maybe that's what it is. And also based on this percent, if I'm that low, right, I might get something like that. Let's say you get like forward tilt, up air, right? And now that I'm in green, I'm going to get sent further. And now here's the thing. Of course, we're switching up as far as I'm in yellow band right now, so things are going to change.
Yeah.
But in these bands,
I could probably get like up air.
Yeah, so there, if you would have gone for a super jump, so if you hit me, then do your super jump, which is jump and rush at the same time, unless you have a jump or a super jump button. So yeah, if you have rush, you go like this, and you get the super jump. Right? And you go mad high with yours. So if you go like up tilt and then super jump up, yeah. So right there, you could have gone super jump, and after your super jump, you can still jump again.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
Also, I'm in red now, so I'm just gonna die. Yeah. But if I have my super jump, I can super jump, then I can jump, then I can rush, and I can up B. Like I can go super high, right? You can do the same thing. So now that I'm back in blue, so this is, I would say this is probably the most confusing or like hardest thing to wrap your head around as far as paying attention to. Because when you're practicing in the training room, you'll typically always practice in blue band, which is like 0% in Smash, right? And then as things change, you don't take into consideration that there's a minor change in what you have to do as far as your jump height. I will say as a rule of thumb, it's not always the case, but in many cases, if you're in blue band, you typically don't have to jump unless you send them up into the air with like an up tilt. After that, green band, typically have to jump, yellow band, typically have to super jump, and then red, you probably can't follow up, right? Okay. Like the follow up out of a red band hit will be covering an option. So let's say you hit someone off stage, like let's say if you're in red, I'll hit you off stage like this, then I'll go chase you out there, but then I'm just gonna like cover space. I'm gonna like go like this, and like follow it around, try and go like this, and try and kill you, right? Something like that, and then kill myself.
Basic like fundamental for the combo is, at least maybe for most characters, but I think what you said works for my character. For like up tilt is up tilt and blue band, and green band is up tilt probably jump, and then in yellow band up tilt super jump, up air, and then in red band is just up air and then like situational coverage. Like if you're in a juggle state, probably another up air. If you're off stage, maybe like there or something like that.
So okay. I will say this too. In this game, there isn't really a juggle state. I will say more often than not, if you hit me so far away that you can't follow up, I'm probably not going to land right on top of you anywhere here, right? Because I have my up air, I have nair, I have my rush, I have my double jump, and I have up B, so I can basically fly. So the likelihood of you just standing down here and going like this, like you wouldn't smash, like that's not really going to happen. So if you're going to chase me up, right? Like go up there and do something about it. Or when I go, let's say if I come down to the ground, you might be able to catch me somewhere like in between, like before I get to the ground, but you're probably going to try and send me off stage. No one really, like, you can't air dodge in the game unless you hit me. So if I just go like this, it's not an air dodge. So I'm not going to air dodge last second at the ground. If anything, I would like rush at the ground or something. Once I get down, shields frame 1. As far as if you hit me up, more often than not, let's say if you're in red band, or if I'm in red band, if you were to send me straight up, you can't, let's say you don't automatically kill me. If you want to go up there, you could like super jump, you could float, go up as high as you possibly can, rush up, whatever you could possibly do, and then try and cover me way, way up there, because I don't have iframes trying to come down, right? So wherever I am, if you hit me up here, I can't just not get hit. Like, I can't air dodge and just go through you and like air dodge fast fall or something. Even if I was to do this, right, if I do that, I'm still vulnerable for that entire duration. So not like I go like this and I can't be hit. Okay, so I guess the takeaway or the main thing as far as juggle state would be maximum aggression. If you're gonna go up there and do something, commit. It's the opposite of Smash, where it's like, oh, you want to not use your double jump because I can air dodge, get past you, and like reverse the situation, and now you're in juggle state with no double jump. Like, that's not really how this is. Okay, I would say one of the biggest things for me trying to get used to this game was I would always hit somebody up and then see what they're gonna do, like looking for an air dodge, looking for them to waste their double jump, and then try and cover that. Meanwhile, there's just too many options for them to get down. So if I'm gonna hit you with an up tilt and then like let's see where you're gonna go, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go up tilt, or I'm going to go up tilt, and I'm going to nair, and then I'm just going to try and follow you as far as I possibly can. So I would call it almost obnoxious advantage state. If you're off stage, if I like go like this and just stand here and wait for you, it's almost a waste. I should go out there and try and kill you, basically every single time. There are some characters, like I'll say like Valora's side B, if I hit you with this, I can reverse you and potentially kill you. Or if Urda grabs you, she can like throw you like a back throw in the air and throw you off stage and kill you as well. Some characters have those command grabs you have to be aware of, but to just like do this and then just wait and then like go back to roll distance and then like go for a traditional ledge trap, you don't really do that, right? Or like back air in the corner or something like this, or just do this kind of a thing. You don't really do that either, right?
Yeah.
Like for me, ledge trapping would be like going like that, trying to hit you through the stage, right?
No, just trying to get the spike off this.
The overall tone of the game is just much quicker and much more, like I said, obnoxious. So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna let him recover, or I'm gonna like stand here and shield and then let you roll and then try to like go back and get a grab or something. If I shield right here, it's because I'm assuming you're gonna go for a get up attack, right? Yeah. Not a lot of people go for that from ledge, at least from what I've seen. Not a lot of players will go like this, like double jump fair. It's not really a thing. Most players will just jump and get out of there because you can just get so far away. Or like I'll see other people, like let's say they'll go for like, I don't know if I can even do this without messing it up, like that, like wall jump into rush on stage. So
yeah, kind of like a wave dash.
Yeah, and so ledge trapping, I'm not going to say it doesn't exist, but to be like stuck in a long ledge trap for like 40 or 60 damage, like how it happens in Smash, is just not how it is. Like if you're off stage, if I'm a good player, you're probably dead. Or if you make a good play, you're getting on stage probably for free, right? It's very hard from both sides.
Yeah. I think basically what I got out of that is like this game definitely favors aggression way more than
100%.
Smash.
That's one of the best things about the game, in my opinion, is that the answer to every matchup is not slow the game down, right? Yeah. In a lot of cases, the game is slow the game down, like as far as like how do you beat Steve, or how do you fight Sonic, or how do you fight Joker, or how do you fight a character that wants to be aggressive. It's like, oh, just slow down and then play bait and punish. It's like in this game, if you slow down or trying to run away from someone, they are so fast and so many situations are unreactable, you just get destroyed. So counterplay is more so actually having a skill versus saying my character's fast, too bad, I'm just gonna outspeed you and I'm gonna just win by timeout. I don't think, at least for myself, I have not seen a single game go to time ever in this game. Like,
I could probably see that.
Both players have to go out of their way to go to time. Like, both have to want to camp. If one person doesn't want to camp, it's not happening. Especially with last hit as well, too.